Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. I can't sleep. So, the motivation behind this episode is that I can't sleep. And I really don't feel like sleeping, pretty much. But, anyways, no, so overall, what I wanted to talk on, and it's honestly such a random thing to, think about at 2:20 in the morning. But no, women that fake pregnancies, so pretty much what they will do is they will, and I've heard about it, like seen it like get acted out in movies, TV shows. One time I do remember, and I don't think, because I think that show was proven to like not be real, but no, there was this like old like car repossession show. It's called Operation Repo, and I remember a woman on there was like faking that she was pregnant, and she like no. So what it was is like she had like some water or something like inside like the little, because she had like a thing that made it look like she was pregnant. So she had like some water or something in it, and she was squeezing, and she was like, "Oh my god, my water broke." And I don't know, like I haven't seen too many times like when a person's like water breaks, so I don't know what it necessarily looks like. But it was like she pretty much had like some Aquafina in there and squeezed it and stuff. And so, anyways, so she does that, and then they end up pulling it out, and then they was like, "Wait a minute, you were faking this whole time." And yeah, I was like, bruh, like, and the thing is though, so even though I think that was acted out, I think they have said like that's stuff that people has done before. Like they might have not went that far to where they get like some like tube like thing to stick in their stomach area or in their like pants and shirt, and then it makes it look like they're pregnant. But then but yeah, it's like, people do that stuff. It's weird. But then they acted it out in a movie called Friday After Next. I'm pretty sure a lot of people have seen that movie, or at least have heard of that movie. But no, there was a scene in there where a woman was stealing, and she would take the clothes. So what she would do, no, actually, no. So she took like she had same thing, like this like pregnancy tube thing, that she would stick like in her shirt and pants area and make it look like she was pregnant. Then she took that out, threw it like underneath somewhere, then took like a bunch of clothes and started stuffing her like, shirt and pants area to make it look like she was pregnant. And so no, she did get caught. But that's the thing where like I think people, when they look at those scenes, like it's funny and people are like, "Oh wow, that's crazy." But I don't think a lot of people think and understand like, hey yo, this has happened somewhere. Like somebody somewhere has done this. And it's crazy to think like, fam, why because it's all really about like, a person trying to scam their way out of something, whether it's them trying to scam their way out of paying for something, or they're stealing, or they're trying to get an excuse for, whatever reason. Like, I'm pretty sure somewhere some woman had faked a pregnancy so she could go and, like, if it's like, let's say it's like a busy bus or a busy train or something, and she's like on there, she's like, I want to sit, but I know them ain't gonna let me just sit, because they're all like, like there ain't nothing wrong with you, so therefore you're gonna have to stand this whole time. And I'm pretty sure there's been a woman where she's like, she done went like, oh well, let me fake that I'm pregnant, act like I'm breathing all hard because I'm like, oh, I'm carrying this imaginary baby, and then trying to, and I'm like, bro, it's just crazy, the like ways, or like just overall like how like that there are people in this world that will go far and beyond to like, because it ain't no different than when a person, they fake like they're like they got some sort of disability so they can get like a handicap spot like in a parking lot or something. I think like that's what I might do with this episode. I might just talk on like, people like trying to take advantage of a disadvantage that don't even exist. I may call it that this episode that, but if not, then yeah, I don't know. It's just a 2 a.m. episode where I should be asleep and things. That's what it should be. But anyways, but no, like, so no, I've seen where people have done that. They actually had acted that out in a movie. There's this old movie. Well, yeah, it's old. It ain't like old like before, the 2000s old. Like it was like old, like something that came out when I was a kid old. So anyways, but no, it was this movie called Joyride. Pretty good movie. Had Paul Walker in there. And of course, like, yeah, he's driving the car and stuff. So it's like, this is like early stages of Paul Walker and Fast and Furious. I feel like any movie you see Paul Walker, if he's not driving the car, it's like, is it really a Paul Walker movie? Like, rest in peace to that man. But I'm like, if I watch a movie of his and he ain't driving the car, I'm like, I don't know about this movie. Nah, he probably did do a movie where he was all like, hey, you know what? Like, I don't want to do none of that driving stuff. I just want to, chill and things. And it's like, nah, like, bro, that's your thing, man. That's like me. Like, what can I overall? That's like if I got like typecast as like a content creator in movies and stuff. Like, he's like, oh, that's the content creator guy or whatever. Like, then I'm like, oh, all of a sudden I want to be like Romeo in the next Romeo and Juliet movie. They're gonna be all like, is it like a modern day, like where you're a content? If people gonna look at it as it's weird. But anyways. All right, I ain't got all off topic and stuff. Ain't even talking about what the scene in the movie. So, but no, there's a scene where I think there wasn't. I think that was the situation where there wasn't enough parking spaces. Or the guy, I think he either it wasn't enough parking spaces or he parked in a handicap spot, by accident. But regardless, anyways, gets out of the car, act like something is like wrong with his leg. And I'm like, bruh, now that is an actual thing. Like, I have heard of that more than, women faking pregnancies and stuff. But no, people will like pretend that there's something's wrong with them. Or they have like some sort of like disadvantage in things, or just a disability with their body. And, yeah, like they'll go and park in the handicap spot knowing ain't nothing wrong with them and stuff. And I'm like, bro, why? Like, like it's stuff like that where it's like, bro, if you gotta walk some distances, that just shows that a person is out of shape. Like, if you're upset over the fact that you gotta walk some distance from one side of the parking lot to the other side or to get inside the store or whatever, it's like, bruh, okay, like, that should get there early, or wait until somebody drive around. Like, that's one thing, like anytime when I was like going out somewhere, like with anybody that's like parking and there's not enough parking spots, we will drive around until we find a parking spot. Like, I don't know how many times I've been in the car with my parents. It was for like friends and stuff. Like, I remember it was one of my. So there's this like big mall and stuff in Washington. Well, it's not like a big mall, but it's like pretty much like the best mall in Washington State. I don't know. It's really the only mall that I can think of. But anyways, so there's this mall and it has like parking spots for days. Like, if you cannot find a parking spot there, like, bruh, you honestly have to get there bright and early. You cannot go thinking like, okay, because like the times I've been at that mall and it's been like, like early morning hours, like let's say it's like 11 o'clock, right? Get there, cars are already like parking, at that mall. Like, there's the one, because they have like multiple sides where you can like park all around the mall and stuff, right? Then they got the parking garage, which is I think like 3 or 4 levels and stuff. I'll never forget, there was a time where me and my friend, we went there and we knew that there was like the area of the mall that we knew where we were going to be at. And then there's like, because it's a pretty big mall. And so we could have went to the other mall, but then that means we would have had to walk through that mall to go to the store we need to go to and then walk back. And I'm like, that's just, that's too much. So like I said, it's like, in a situation like that, you got to get there early. But my friend, he wasn't that type of person. He's like, oh, well, let's, park in the handicap spot and act like something's wrong with us. No, he ain't that type of person. So anyways, I remember me and him, we were going through this parking garage trying our hardest to find a parking spot. And it was like, bruh, we're not going to find one. We're just going to have to take the car inside with us. Like, because there's literally no parking spot. And I'm like, and his car is pretty, well, I think, what car did he have at the time? I think he might have had like this like big giant like tank of an SUV. I'm like, we're just gonna have to carry it inside or something. I'm like, here, I'll go from the back and carry, and you go and carry it up front and stuff, because I'm like, there's no way possible we're fine. And so eventually we did find a parking spot. And I'm like, wow, about time, because I'm like, man, the mall would have eventually closed and stuff. Like, we were out there for a while, but No, like that's the right thing to do. That's overall the right thing to do is that you keep looking until you find it. You don't like be ruin it, because there will be somebody that is there and then they need to go and park in the handicap spot and then they don't because we're trying to pull off some scam or whatever and things. Another thing that I've seen where people have done, and that I think that was a popular thing out here too, where people were so like because it's like that everywhere and stuff. I mean, but anyways, regardless. So but no, people will put a mannequin in their passenger seat so they can drive in the carpool lane. Like, bro, man. Like, it just gets to a point where it's like you're doing too much. Where do you even acquire a Let's just see if you can buy a mannequin off of Amazon. Because if you can buy a mannequin off of Amazon, then it's like, bruh, you're doing too much. Mannequin head, mannequin. Oh, so they don't have like. Oh no, you can buy a 6-foot male mannequin. And yeah, put him in the seat. Probably slap some clothes onto him and stuff. I don't think you can bend his arms. They got one that's like 139. Good ratings too. Good ratings. And then they got one that's 64.60. I could get it on Thursday. They got like an all white one. See, but these so the two that I'm looking at, the one that Amazon choice, like that, he got like a normal skin tone. The other one though, he does kind of look a little like, glossy. Like his skin, like it's too perfect. It's like this man, he out here using like some of the most like best like with those like skincare routines. Like he on some stuff. And then they got like the other ones where it's like just some freaking ghost like Casper White and stuff. But yeah, other than that, you could buy some mannequins and stuff off of Amazon and things. So, but no, like people will legit do that. They'll go and get a mannequin, go on and then yeah, put it in their car and stuff, bend it up. Have it where it's like it might look like it's asleep or something, and yeah, they just and they go about their business, and I'm like, bro. And it's another situation where you just gonna have to leave early. If you're trying to avoid traffic, you're gonna have to leave early and stuff. And I don't think a lot of people realize or understand that. It's like, if you're trying to do things the right way rather than, because this is like, this is just like my own little philosophy that I live by. It's a philosophy that I came up with myself, but it's life advice that everybody knows about. But anyways, my philosophy that I want to put into everybody's hearts right now is that if you don't do anything crazy, stuff that's against the law, stuff, you literally have nothing to worry about. Honestly, so if you park in if you don't park in a handicap spot, you don't have to worry about a cop approaching you, talking about, hey, is something or really wrong with you, are you disabled or whatever, because you didn't look this. You don't even have to have that conversation. You literally can go back to your car, no problem. No. And if the thing is this, if you get an actual legitimate person to ride with you in the car, in your car, so you could be in the carpool lane, you won't have to worry about a cop being like, hey, what's up with your friend? He hasn't moved the whole time I've been here and things. And then he's goes on the other side, talking about, hey, friend. He was like, dang, he got some strong shoulders and stuff. Sounds a little hollow too. What's wrong with him? He don't sound or feel right. What's up with him and stuff? And it's like you have a normal person in your car. You have an actual legitimate person. You don't have to worry about nothing. What else? And and then with women, if you actually get pregnant, you don't have to worry about people questioning your pregnancy. You don't have to worry about people are like, wait a minute, are you faking it or whatever? It's like, literally, show them your stomach, show that you can't pull it out or whatever, and it's all like, yeah, it's like, not pulling out, that's what led us here and things. That's what you honestly have to say and stuff, so. Yeah, it's just, just not scamming and just overall, doing things the right way will have you in a good spot in life, and you don't necessarily have to worry about, people questioning you and stuff. So, it's just a little life philosophy I feel like y'all should live by. It's like, do things the right way, and yeah, overall, it's like, just do things the right way and stuff. So, But anyways, and that being said, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. Watching and or listening. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're viewing this on the podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe, however it's set up. Make sure you subscribe to one of my 43 YouTube channels. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Instagram at TMossBoss. And make sure you follow my Facebook page at TMossBoss fan page. Also, if you are purchasing any tickets from SeatGeek, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. We knock $20 off your first purchase. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.